Right, welcome back. So now we are on to the forward segment. Not a huge amount of movement on my list. And I understand Brad's got quite a lot of moving around on his premium section, but we'll touch on cheap forwards for now. So I think it's good to start. Chris Wood back in the fold. That City fixture's now out the way, and he has not stopped scoring.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I think, if you have him, he's definitely a hold. Don't think about getting rid of him. Um, I mean, the man has just shown he is here to stay, really. Like it wasn't a gimmick.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we've seen one benching, but I'm not sure there's many players that we already
Yeah,
haven't or won't see at least one benching from. So
yeah.
I think
And
that's kind of
that benching was after an international break as well. So
true. And yeah, given that he plays for New Zealand, he typically has quite tough international breaks time wise getting back. So maybe that's one point to mention, I suppose, if you do own him. But yeah, that City fixture's now gone, as you mentioned, and that's the reason he's back up for me. That was the only, well, the fixtures were the only reason he was down there. So yeah,
yeah. And then also we've seen. I mean, Vardy just scored within 2 minutes the other day. So I mean, the guy just seems to have not lost it,
yeah,
and he's slowly creeping up. I mean, we've seen surprises from Delap and Vardy. These promoted team strikers still being able to produce, but Vardy is really making a case for himself at the moment.
yeah,
He's climbing up the ranks.
definitely. I mean, he's technically gone down in my rankings, but that's just because Chris Wood's
Yeah,
gone up. But
because Wood, yeah,
yeah, but Vardy is getting way more minutes than I thought he was going to get, if I'm honest. I didn't think that he'd be
yeah,
this kind of nailed to play at least 70 odd minutes every single week, albeit Daka is now back. And I think he played for one of the. I don't think he's been back
yeah, he
long,
did.
Daka. So that could
Yeah,
change things because
he
Daka is
also got a
very, very
return
good.
as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, Vardy's minutes are great. And if he plays, it's on penalties. So yeah.
yeah. And so premiums. Now this is. I mean, my list hasn't changed a huge amount. But Brad is having his regular flip flop on this subject. So it's
Yeah.
gone. Where do we land this week?
So right, so Haaland's top, and then the bottom three are the bottom three. In
Yeah,
between,
yeah,
in between, I flip flop every week. So a couple of weeks ago, Isak was second for me, and then last week I put him down to sixth. Now he's back up to third. So
yeah,
I haven't got a hold of on any of these, to be honest. And in all fairness,
yeah,
Jackson, Isak, Solanke, Havertz, Watkins are all great. That's the reason I haven't got a
yeah,
hold on them, is because it's actually pretty close between them all.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Jackson's high at the moment. Well, so the reasoning for Jackson and Isak being high is fixtures more than anything. Now that the
yeah,
Liverpool fixtures out of the way for Isak, Newcastle fixtures are great. Chelsea fixtures are just great anyway. Obviously,
yeah,
Jackson's been benched tonight, but hopefully that again helps him going forward now.
yeah.
I do. I mean, I like Solanke, I like Havertz, I like Watkins. Next week they'll be in a completely different order. They're all great, basically.
Yeah. And it's also worth mentioning, so I mean, Isak had, a couple of get like sort of down games, but he has just scored an absolute rocket against Liverpool. So he will, you know, I mean, and also he is completely nailed. I'm not worried about the Callum Wilson rotation at all. Um, Jackson just keeps his spot for me because you know I just prefer Chelsea to attack to ours, and he is their main striker, and he has got his returns. So I mean that's where I land on things. But yeah, I mean, as you say, I'm sure those four are so tight that I'm sure we'll see some rotation next week. Right, so yeah, that concludes our forward segment. Let me know if you think there's anyone we missed, and let me know again, what errors there were in the list, and we will see you again next week.